Alright, welcome along to a new video. This is day one of some home physio. So we're going to see how this goes. Have you seen yesterday's vlog style video? Went out for a walk, did a few things, got work and everything sorted for 2 weeks to get over this back injury. 2 weeks more. So I hurt myself yesterday a little bit just out walking, but you need to be aware of your limitations, especially whenever it comes to back injuries and that sort of thing. And long walks like that, although I could do them, but I want to be doing them more pain-free than I actually am doing them. So we're going to be doing it some physio at home today. So what better way to start off and make sure you're going to do it fairly safely on your own? Get your phone out. If you just go to Google, type in home physio exercises for back pain, it'll give you a whole load of stuff, and just click on the images and it actually gives you some really good stuff to get tried out on. So I'll show you the two that I normally do. I've got this little bit of space which is the backdrop for the usual vlog videos. Yeah, tough challenge at the beginning, getting down on the floor if you got a back injury. Not really as hard as getting back up off it, but it is what it is. What you want to do is keep your hips as tight to the floor as you can. Try not to lift this part of you, and then just kind of do a press up, but try and keep the hips exactly where they're at, and that will hopefully loosen you up ever so slightly. Now I can feel exactly where the bad disc is at. When I get to right there, it's not good. As I've been saying since the start of this injury, even though it's an old one, it feels different this time. It really does. So you start off, don't go too hard on yourself. Just give yourself about maybe 10 of them, but if you're kind of used to doing it, go for 20, but don't overdo it. Again, you need to know your limitations when it comes to any injuries like that. Alright, so another exercise that I would highly recommend you doing with any back pain is what you call the scorpion stretch, and that's basically you're on the ground, lying in the same shape as the last time, only you raise one leg up and move it over the top of the other one, and then vice versa with both legs. Alright, so the scorpion stretch, I find it incredibly useful, but it's kind of more for muscular pain than anything else. Unfortunately for me, my issue is in the actual disc and the base of the back, so it's a skeletal thing. It's not really a muscular thing for me, but doing that those two exercises does kind of help release it a little bit when the nerve is clipped. What I mean by that is I have a chunk of disc missing, just to fill you in, and my spine compresses more to the front of my body than it does at the back, and it squeezes the little fluid pack out slightly between the discs because of that compression. As soon as it hits the nerve, that's it. That nerve is live. You just know exactly where it's at. But I'm thinking, I don't know this for sure without maybe more MRI scans or whatever, but I'm thinking there's more of that disc missing right now. I think I've wore it down even further. But the only thing you can do is get the weight off, build the core muscles. But unfortunately for me and anybody else that lives with back injuries, when you do hurt yourself, you tend to just, out of protection for your own body, you just kind of stop doing everything. Unfortunately, that's what I've had to do over the last 6 to 7 weeks at this point. So I am starting to notice at this point a major difference, firstly in my arms, chest. Nothing as defined as it was. I was starting to build some good muscle, good shape. The stomach is coming back with a vengeance. So I get these exercises over me every day, and yeah, try and get that exercise back in place. Alright, so I'm kind of stuck for good spots for the camera angle at this point, just with everything I've set up here. I just pretty much handheld for the vlog camera. But I'm going to show you the exercise that actually caused this injury this time. And it was so simple. So, if you haven't seen this before, I've been using this. You've probably seen them online. These cords. You know, pretty much you can do everything with these resistance straps that you really do in a gym at times. Literally, you just loop this around your foot, both feet, and then you can do a lot of stuff with it. But here is the exercise that threw me out. People were probably saying, you know, what sort of resistance are you going to get from that? Let me show you if the arms will actually give it away this time. Like, there's quite a bit of pressure going under the arms. You can see it there. You know, so there's a lot. So what I was doing over the back, I guess here, right, just standing straight up, and this is what I was doing. I was just going side to side to get to, you know, work the sides and the core a little bit. And then when I was at this point here, I turned whatever I did. My balance or something must have just been slightly off, and the twinge happened at that point. And of course, you're trapped with this thing behind your shoulders. There's a good bit of pressure here. So then, with the twinge, I had to yank that back up. And yeah, probably getting back out of that thing was what caused the majority of the damage. It's unreal how quickly 3 or 4 weeks of not doing anything can throw you right off physically. Like, I'm disgusted with myself, really, at the minute, for the amount of weight that I've put on. Unfortunately, I can put weight on so simple. It usually takes a heck of a lot of work for me to, you know, whenever I do get myself in shape, I really need to maintain it, like, or I will just, in the matter of a month and a half to 2 months, I will put on major weight. So that is me knackered already. That's insane. 3 exercises that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be trying, even that one I showed you that did the damage. I find it very good for the waist and the core as well, because you're moving from side to side with it. So I'm going to be trying to do that. I'm going to be very careful with it. Those other 2 exercises, the first one where you're just lying down like a press up but keeping your hips on the floor, very good for relieving a bit of pain in the back. The scorpion stretch, I don't know how clear it came out on video here until I edit this thing. I'm not going to know, but again, for muscular pain, that's very good. Now, I know that's the first time I've tried the scorpion stretch, and a little bit too long. I should have been doing that for months prior to this injury, so, you know, probably my own fault again. But I'm definitely stiffing my movement, so I know I was getting the leg up and kind of over, but you want to be able to do that a lot further on each side. So I know I'm very restricted, it's not a surprise. The other thing that I will be doing on top of that, if I can't get out for a walk, I'm going to be hitting this bad boy. And you've probably seen it in the channel before, this little stepper right here. That's great for, it's a swivel based stepper, so you're actually, you know, you're moving from side to side as well. You're not just working your legs, you're working the core muscles as well. Very, very good. I actually, the first or second time I got rid of a mountain of weight was all using that thing. So I'm going to be hitting that for maybe, I'm going to try for 10 minutes today, balled it up. So for day one, I'll do it properly now whenever I'm off camera. But I'm going to try and bring this up about 5 every set every day. I'm going to try 4 sets of 10 for each of those 2 exercises. Shouldn't be that bad, but again, back injuries are very, very, just you can't predict nothing. You really can't. That exercise I showed you where I actually hoarded with the bar up doing the side to side thing should be the simplest thing on the face of the planet. But when it comes to back injuries and spinal injuries in particular, you don't know what movement's going to get you. You really need to be thinking about your movement before you do your movement, if you get my meaning. So that's the score anyway. For day one, I'll be doing 5 sets of those press up stretches, keeping the hips on the floor. 5 sets of 10 for the scorpion stretch. 10 minutes on the little stepper there. And the other guy, I'll probably just do 2 sets of 10 for that, because don't want to push my luck with it just yet.